I mean, yeah, of course I knew Heinz was an American company. No. I didn't think it was British. They have a stadium named after. Everyone knows that. Everyone in the comment section knew that. Yeah. I got to go. They're back here early. Yeah, I'll talk to you later, editing chat. Take care, mate. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Prem. I'm good. The players, less so. I've got 9 or 10 first-team players who are unhappy right now. Half them want new contracts. Half them are unhappy they've been left out of the Europa League knockout stage squad. And, half them just want more game time. It's a bloody nightmare. Also, 3 halves makes no sense because you could only have 2 halves. Anyway, run the intro. It doesn't need to make sense, does it? My videos never make sense, let's be honest. Yes, folks, how is it going? And welcome back to Park to Prem. Today we have the Europa League second knockout round, first leg. Don't know why that took so much brain power to think of. Hopefully the rest of the episode can be smoother than that. Yeah, today we've got that game. We have also got a match against Liverpool. It's away. It's a big one for us and made even larger by the fact that with 10 games left of the league season, we are 5 points behind Manchester United. A Manchester United team who have only lost 1 game this year and been pretty perfect. You can see here how tight things are at the top. It'd be safe to say that our recent form has left a little bit to be desired. We're barely in the Champions League spots as things stand. This really is starting to look like it could be a Grand Slam finish. Now, of course, we left things last episode with a somewhat disappointing draw against Chelsea, but I wasn't going to let it get me down too much because I felt like we had fairly winnable games coming up. Have they been winnable? Not really. I mean, some of them have been, but most of them, no. We lost against Manchester City, 1-0. We then beat Leeds United, 1-0. Low-scoring games, hardly classics. De Silva picked up a further 2 goals when we took on Aston Villa. Unfortunately, it was in a 2-2 draw. We took the lead in this game. They pegged us back. We got a late equaliser. And, well, from there, we drew against a championship side in Stoke, then lost 2-1 against an Everton team, which, to be fair, are owned by a sugar daddy, have way higher wages than us. That said, kind of game we did need to win, really. Good news is, we were still in the FA Cup, having beaten Stoke 4-0 in the 4th round replay. We did, however, go on to get recently knocked out by Arsenal. So the FA Cup dream is all dead and gone. There is no FA Cup dream. It never really existed. Yeah, I mean, we're not retaining it, put it that way. We also played 2 league games, which are slightly more positive. A 2-2 draw against Norwich, and then most recently, a 7-1 win against Sunderland. I feel like that recap was very chaotic, but it kind of matched the chaotic energy that our last month or so has had. Fixture congestion has caught up with us. We have had to get a bit experimental, even in games like this 7-1 win. Middleby up top, Severin out on the right. Yeah, we had to change things around for Fana and Adara Mola back in the team. It's been tough. The good news is there is kind of a light at the end of the tunnel somewhat, with us now out the FA Cup. That's a few less games to worry about, and really now the remainder of the season is full focus on the Premier League and the Europa League. 2 competitions we're expected to do well in, and when it comes to the Europa League, we have been drawn against Celtic, who, well, of course, we had a job offer from not all that long ago, a few years ago now, to be fair. They gave us that job offer. Right now, you can see they are down in 3rd in the Scottish Premier Division. Rangers running away with it. Celtic not looking all that special. So hopefully today, we're going to get off to a good start against them and beat them in the first leg. But before we jump into the Liverpool game, before taking on Celtic, I do want to circle back to something mentioned in the intro, which is just a general lack of happiness in the camp. Lots of unhappy players for various different reasons. Tulio wanting £200,000. I don't want to give him £200,000. He recently got suspended. Should we see how much he wants now? He wants 150 now. I don't want to give him the yearly wage rise. Can we do 140, 135 without the yearly wage rise? 145, 150? You know what? I've got so many unhappy players. I feel like if I can address a few of them by just throwing money at the problem, maybe it's a good idea. 40 wants a new deal as well. He's got 3 years left on his current deal on £70,000. I mean, the reality is he's going to be 31 when his contract's up, and he is a player who relies quite heavily on his physical. So I'm not going to give him a new deal. But yeah, you can see it, just a fair few unhappy players. I have tried to rotate things around to keep people happy. Players like Abu Bakari has been given some first-team opportunities. To be fair, he wanted to leave to get better playing time. no offers came in, so he's not super unhappy. Elsewhere, Fofana wants to start more games. I have tried, as you can see from recent matches, to give him a bit more of a run in the first team since he's gone unhappy. And then just a few of the younger players like Lozano, like Winter, just crying about the fact they're not in the Europa League spot. Of course, because we don't have many homegrown at club players, we do have just a shrunk down squad for the Europa League. I've just got to hope those players get over it. I do wonder if that unhappiness is one of the reasons for our recent struggles. I feel like we lost our momentum that we had been building up. We can't really afford to get too negative about it because ultimately defeats against Man City and against Everton are the only two defeats in the league. It's just all the draws. Games like the game against Aston Villa, they're the matches we really, really need to win. Unfortunately, we've not been able to win them, and as a result, Manchester United have pulled away a little bit. Now, of course, today's first game is away against the Liverpool team with an Erling Haaland who is rather scary. So not looking forward to it. Of course, Gorojaga is going to play against his former club. Injured last episode. I do feel like we've missed him a little bit. And to be fair, he has been one of our key players this year. 10 goals, 21 assists. Bjorn out on the other side has 10 goals to his name. Carlier now up with 11. De Silva still leading the way. 3 goals and 2 assists in his last 5 games. I feel like I don't really sing and dance and talk the praises of this man enough. I feel like he kind of goes under the radar because we expect it from him. But let's not forget, we signed him for £44 million as a championship club. I think when you look at his overall ability, you look at the numbers he's putting in, the fact that he is just an amazing presence in the dressing room as a real leader with 18 determination and great mentals, that is probably one of the best £40 million transfers I've ever made. That might sound like a massive exaggeration. I genuinely believe it. So much so that I've forgotten how to say the word genuinely. Shall we move on to the match? We're taking on Liverpool today. It is second versus third. Away from home, it's going to be tough. I had attempted to rest the players around, but as you can see, not everyone at 100% condition. We are without Marcus Tullio for today's game. He's suspended. So Payrat is going to come in at centre-back. I am going to make room for Fofana at centre mid today. We have tried to play him there occasionally. We played him there last year. He can play to a reasonable level as a centre mid, and that is where he's going to play for us today. Was tempted to go with the double playmakers, but I do feel like in this kind of game, that extra defensive solidity is kind of needed. So this is the team that we're going with. Besides that one change with Tullio out, it is very much full strength, hoping that Gorojaga, Bjorn, Carlier and De Silva are going to have their shooting boots on. And you know what? We could beat around the bush. We could dance around the maypole. We're doing neither of those things. We're going to get into this one. It's at Anfield. I don't like playing at Anfield. A few years ago, when I started doing Football Manager YouTube videos, I always hated going to Old Trafford. Like, Manchester United were always the team to be fearful of. Obviously, times have changed a little bit now, and now it's all just Liverpool and Man City. Especially Liverpool, it feels like longer term in save games. They always just seem to maintain their greatness. So does Erling Haaland. He's just scored after 5 minutes. I'm hoping this is going to be given offside. It was a corner. They headed at the goalkeeper at the back post, and then it spilled down, and Haaland just tapped it in for goal number 34 of the season. Ruiz did well, actually, to get an initial hand on it. Didn't even get a chance to finish my little talk at the start about how difficult Anfield is to go to. They've already taken the lead here. We need to respond. But to be fair, we're having a lot of the ball, just not creating enough with it after 20 minutes. But maybe a chance here. Junior to Bjorn. Sanchez on the overlap. Could play it back to Bjorn here. Plays it through to De Silva against his former club. It deflects off the defender. I don't know how it's gone in. I'm not going to complain. Daviv. Thank you, mate. What just happened? I don't even know if De Silva's shot was on target. Was it even a shot? Was it a cross? Was he just trying to smash it across the line? I thought this ball here was meant for Bjorn. It may have even been overhit. I don't know if it was a shot or a cross. It wasn't going anywhere near the goal. It's hit Daviv. It's ended up in the bottom corner. I'm not going to complain. It's 1-1. It's 1-1. Doesn't matter how we've done it. We're here now. 10 minutes left of this half. We've not done enough. Carlier hasn't got a knock. He's just tired after 35 minutes. Yeah, that's where we're at in the season right now. And suddenly, we're at half time. I don't know how that's happened. The XG for us is 0.07. Look, we'll take it. We will take it. It's 1-1 at the break. I'm going to tell the players I'm far from pleased. There is a temptation here, to be honest, just to change systems. Maybe switch it up and go back to our kind of 4-3-3 system that we have played previously. Just wondering about how I would actually do this. Junior can't play defensive. Junior can't play defensive mid. Carlier can't play defensive mid either, although he can play right back. Oh, do I really want to do this? You know what? I do think I want to do this. I'm going to bring in Abubakari as well to play as the roaming playmaker and haul off Fafana, who's not been amazing. We've not created enough going forward. I feel like in vacating a little bit of the space in the 10 role gives our inside forwards a bit more space to attack into and also the centre mids to hopefully run into as well. We'll see if it works out being a stroke of genius or not. Ultimately, we've not created enough in this game. We've got to change something up. We're an hour played, we've made a sub, we've changed system. Nothing has really changed as far as we're concerned, but the good news is Liverpool aren't really creating anything either. A draw doesn't exactly help us though. It'd be the dream result as far as Manchester United are concerned. The two teams directly behind them tripping over one another. If we do want to maintain in the title hunt, I feel like a win here, it just feels necessary, of course. Next episode, we are taking on Manchester United and we'll have the second leg against Celtic. I feel like, to be honest, today and tomorrow's episodes are kind of almost like a two-parter in terms of how they link together so close together, the 4 matches. And well, this match feels critical. It feels in the balance right now. We've not created enough, although Liverpool have been nullified in the second half. All it is going to take, though, for either team is just a singular chance. Stott, maybe looking for it here. Neto, back to Stott. Given away to Junior, but his touch lets him down. The former... I was about to say former Liverpool man. He's one of the few players not formerly a Liverpool junior. He came from Portugal. Oh my word. That is a massive tackle by McIntosh there. That was huge. I'm going to have to take off Carlier after this highlight. We need to change things up. We've not been good enough. We've not been good enough. 13 minutes left. Am I really about to bring in Winter? Am I really about... I'm doing it. This has become my go-to sub, which is a bit concerning. Elsewhere, I'm going to have to bring in Henia in Mazzala. Yeah, our players are just spent in this game. There is exhaustion in the camp. We've got to try and hold on for the remaining 10 minutes here, as there is going to be an opportunity perhaps for Liverpool. They're working it through the middle. Besides that corner goal, we've kept them relatively quiet in terms of meaningful opportunities, but they only need one, and Neto hits it just wide of the post. 4 minutes of added time left here. I think at this point, I was about to say I'd happily take a draw. I feel like we've got to accept we've not been good enough here. We might still not have been good enough as we head the ball away initially. You can see here just a lack of opportunities. Liverpool created far, far more in this game. We've not really shown up, but they are throwing men forward for a goal. Maybe a chance for us here. Gurajaga, 3 minutes left on the clock. The former Liverpool man out in the wide area gives it back to 40. Gives it back to Gurajaga. Abubakari, 40. Floats it towards Junior. It's headed away. End-to-end stuff here. This game is opening up. Tired legs on both sides. Stott, through on goal. One-on-one. Ruiz stands tall. Makes the stop. It was hit straight at him. Give him some credit, though. He had to get there. There's now a corner. I was going to make a shout to try and cancel the highlight, but I can't do it. I can't shout anymore. We had it away from danger initially. We've already conceded a corner. Could we catch him on the break? There's 40 seconds left on the clock. Gurajaga running forward. Holds it up. Gets hacked down. Maybe a free kick here. Maybe. 30 seconds left. Sanchez dinks it towards Bjorn. It's headed out for a throw-in. The time is just trickling away. I think 1-1 at Anfield would be a great result. Could there be a late chance? I want to believe it's possible. Sanchez can't beat the man with his cross. Liverpool suddenly on the break. Stop bringing it forward. And the whistle goes. I can breathe. I can relax. That was far too stressful an end to the game. To be honest, we played better in the second half than the first half, but the goal came in the first half for us. Top performer, Mario Ruiz. Thank you, my son. I rate Mario Ruiz. I think I might be the only person on planet Earth who rates him, but he's put in a top draw performance there. Elsewhere, as you can see, Chelsea beat Man City. Arsenal won as well. Newcastle drawing against Leicester is fairly significant. It limits the damage they could do in terms of chasing us down. But suddenly, we're only 2 points inside the Champions League spots. Manchester United have a game in hand. Everton have a game in hand. That league table doesn't look as pretty as it did a couple of episodes ago. That is a big, big result for us. We hold them to a draw. Got a bit lucky. Maybe very lucky. In the end, we only conceded from the corner. So they didn't create a load of opportunities, Liverpool. But yeah, fortunate to get a point. We'll take it. We move. We're still in with a chance. Only 4 points behind Manchester United. If they win, it will be 7. That next game, next episode, does feel pretty critical right now. But that is tomorrow's problem. We're off to Celtic Park, folks. We've got Celtic in 5 days' time. It's the Europa League second knockout round. It's going to be tricky. Hoping we can get a good first-legged performance. Let's see how we get on. So good news, everyone. Tulio is back in the first team. He's no longer suspended and he's got a brand new contract. Still hurts a little bit to see him on £150,000 a week. but I do think we have to accept at a point that is just going to be the norm for some of our better first team players. We have got some big earners, of course. The wages are slowly but surely starting to creep up. I suppose the one silver lining to all of that is the committed wage spend is currently 3.2 million, and for next season it's 3.2 million. I swear it said 3.8 million when I looked earlier. Maybe I misread it. Maybe it changed. The good news is we have money. We should get more money to spend on players. When it actually comes to our wages, I think we have the 9th highest wage budget in the league, which might seem mad to think we only have the 9th highest, but it is just a case of this is such a stacked Premier League. Yeah, it's kind of mad. So in terms of team news for today's game against Celtic, this is the squad we're going to go with. A little bit of change in it with Tullio coming back in, but besides that, it is pretty much at full strength. 5 days between this game and the previous one, which bizarrely, by our own standards, is actually quite a big gap, which hopefully is going to lend us well as we go into this one. It's the first leg. It's against Celtic. They're not doing very well in the Scottish Premier Division. We should be winning this game. Why do I feel like things are never that simple in Football Manager? Okay, throw in on the far side. First highlight of the game starts in our half. Doesn't feel like a good omen. Equally doesn't feel good that Celtic are in possession. Marcos backheels it to Fuentes. Plays it forward to Luciano, who's through on the narrow angle. And I think Ruiz just saved it into 40. It's in the back of the net. You know what? We got very lucky with an own goal in the last game. What goes around comes around. How did this go in? How did this manage to get into the back of the net? I'm a bit stunned. Luciano hits it. Oh my God. I mean, 40. Not his finest moment. 1-0 Celtic. Okay, we need a response. And, well, the sooner, the better. Already halfway through this first half almost, and we're yet to see a meaningful chance go our way. But maybe one here. Ball switched over to Bjorn. Played to De Silva. 1-on-1. Should finish it. Does finish it. Lovely, lovely goal. Great assist by Bjorn. Goal number 27 of the season for De Silva. I feel like I should do more bigging up of him, really. Talked about it earlier. He gets a lot of goals for us. They kind of go under the radar. It's one of those players where you kind of just expect him to get goals. So when he gets them, you don't really praise him enough. In the end, nice finish. Acceleration to take it away from the centre-back. Tucks it away. Back at 1-1. I was about to say it's a critical away goal, but away goals got canned, didn't they? Still don't know if I like the removal of away goals. Although this year's Champions League was definitely better for it. Let me know in the chat, in the comment. I was about to say in the chat. This isn't a live stream. Let me know in the comments. Do you like away goals being removed in Europe? Certainly makes this kind of game feel, I guess, less pressure intensive on the away side. In the first leg, I feel like you're always in a bit of a weird situation. Either way, it's 1-1. Celtic had that shot that was saved and then went in off 40. So they've only really had that one chance on goal. Although to start this half, they're having a few. We now, however, have a corner. Tullio back post. It's headed away. It's cleared off the line. I don't know. It's not in the back of the net. But after an hour, still 1-1. And you know what? I've had enough of Junior on his little 6.5. Get him off the pitch. Let's get in Ulrich. Elsewhere, do I want to make more changes? Would it be premature to make another change? I don't think it would be. I'm bringing in Severin. We're sticking him in at Shadow Striker. Hopefully, I've not left this too late. Hopefully, this is just a pointless highlight, because if it's not and they go up the other end and score, I'm going to regret not making the change a fraction of a second sooner. Celtic in possession in their own half. Aren't they going to go anywhere with the ball here? Fuentes inside. Plays it to Rien. All the way back. I mean, Celtic have not created a great deal here. We've edged out possession, if I'm not mistaken. I say edged out. We've had 61% of it. We could be in trouble here, though. Marcos. I mean, he hit that from range. Ruiz didn't react. It nearly crept into the bottom corner. We've got one last sub in our back pocket. Gurajaga really struggling out there. So I'm going to bring in Middleby at advance forward and move to Silva out wide. Truth be told, whilst 1-1 would feel a tad underwhelming, disappointing maybe even, wouldn't be the worst result ever, especially going into a second leg where we will be the home side. Just a shame that with all the possession we've had, we've really not created enough in this match. That creative spark has been lacking, but maybe it can arrive here. De Silva played in. I mean, if it's rugby, he's delighted about the 3 points he's just scored there by kicking it over. In fact, the keeper did get a hand on it, so maybe I'm being harsh on De Silva. It was a great opportunity, though. Back post, headed away. And as far as pay rate, I mean, is there another highlight here? Could there be more? De Silva floats it. Bjorn is there, headed away from danger. 5 minutes left. I'm going to go to attacking. I feel like there's still a goal in this one. Maybe. Or maybe There's not. It finishes 1-1 here. Disappointing result. You can see looking at the XG story, we were the better team. This is the trend that we have felt over the last, month or so. Just not enough goals. Times where we create a lot, but just don't score the opportunities or don't craft out good enough opportunities, I suppose. Maybe you need to look at how we change things. There is maybe a temptation to switch to something like a 2-striker setup, particularly in that kind of game, the game where I think we need a more attacking plan B. I mean, the 2 draws today really don't make the form look much better, do they? That is a miserable sight. And knowing that Celtic and Manchester United await next episode, it's not making me feel any calmer. Disappointing stuff today, not overly happy with things. Obviously, you might have noticed it. We've gone through January. The transfer window has slammed shut. We didn't end up signing anyone in January. Wasn't really the right options out there. Equally, there weren't a load of super attractive transfer offers for any of our players. Certainly significant first-team players, but if we just look at things here, a few players have gone out on loan. Players like Horvat have gone on loan to play for West Brom. Hopefully get him regular first-team football. Elsewhere, Ageyi has ended up going on loan in Russia. I'm hoping that's going to work out for him. And another player who's gone out on loan, who I'm hoping is going to come back better for it, is Graham Franklin. Of course, the young English centre-back, a player who I had really, really high hopes for. I spent £9.5 million on over the last couple of seasons. He has not developed at all. And yeah, disappointed about it, really. Anyway, folks, that wraps up everything from me today. Tomorrow, we are back. Europa League, Premier League, Manchester United, currently 7 points ahead of them. We need to close the gap. We have a chance to do it with a few games left of the year. Can we do it? I'll see you tomorrow to find out. Other than that, that's all from me today. Have a lovely rest of your Tuesday. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.